Okay, now I'm gonna put like erase this. We don't need that anymore. Then I go to Zoo. I take this out. I take this out. So I keep just the only animal that I have. Okay, so suppose in the zoo I want to create another animal, and this animal will be a bird. Okay, so my bird does everything that the animal does. So I can go to my class animal and just, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this out here too, because that was just for demonstrations. And okay, so now our attributes are the default value of the type. Means that it's 0 for integer, etc., etc. Okay, so how about I take whatever the animal does and I just put it here. Okay, so I need to change the name of the constructor, because we said that the name of the constructor is the name of the class, right? So now here it is. I have my animal. Let me do an Alt-Shift-F. Okay, so I have an animal which has a constructor which sleeps, which eats, and speaks, a bird which does all of these things, right? So I can change here even. I can put it as the bird is doing this, or the bird is eating this, and I leave this animal here because it doesn't really make a difference. I go back to my zoo. Okay, now I'm going to create a bird. Sorry, a bird which will be bird 1, and I need 3 elements here to put. Let's say the age is 2. Let's say it's a female. Okay, and I don't know which one was. I think this one was the weight. So let's say 4 kilos. So I have created my bird. Now if I do bird 1 dot, as you can see, I see these 3 attributes that I have created. Then I see the 3 methods bold here: eat, sleep, and speak. So it's normal, right? So I'm gonna get access to, I forgot about eat and sleep. I'm gonna get access just to speak. Okay, so because I just realized that I have to go to the bird and just change this. Instead of animal, I just write the bird is doing this, the bird is doing this, and the bird is doing this. Okay, now I go back to my zoo. Okay, and I want to run this application. So now I have the bird age is 2, the bird gender is female, and the bird weight is 4. So it's worked perfectly. I have a zoo which contains my main class, and I have 2 classes here. Okay, then I realize that the similarity between these 2 classes, bird and animal, is really, really high. Both of them have the same methods. Actually, the 3 of them, the 3 methods are the same. Both of them have these 3 attributes, right? Here is the another concept in object-oriented, which is the inheritance. Okay, So the inheritance depends on the definition in the real world of the concept. It's not just inside the software. So in this case, why I say this is important, because in this case I can say the animal is inheriting from bird, which is not right, even though they have the same methods, they have the same attributes. By definition in the real world, this doesn't make sense. Okay? But if I say the bird is inheriting from animal, it makes sense, because in the real world, bird is a specific type of animal. Animal is more generalized. I can say that the bird is a specific type of animal, so it makes sense, right? So as other animals that I'm gonna add to my zoo, so the first one is bird, and bird is a special type of animal. So even though this thing working in object-oriented, we have to remember this. We want to organize our code, and we want to reuse our code, and we want to make the maintenance easier. Okay? Imagine if I leave these two classes here. Okay? I want to make some test. I have to make the test twice, once in this slip and another one in this slip. I want to write the code. I want to change something in this slip. Maybe I have to do it in both cases. I want to write the code. Look, all of this code, I can use it in the other class. So why should I rewrite it here? So you see the number of line of code in the whole application is going down. We shouldn't forget that we do object-oriented. One of the main reasons is we do it for big application. We don't do object-oriented for small applications. The first idea of converting to object-oriented was because application became bigger. That's why we did object-oriented. Okay, so we want to use the inheritance. So bird is an animal. Bird is an animal. The animal is the father or the parent of bird. The bird is a special kind of animal. So all of these definitions are correct. Okay. So let's do our inheritance here. So we said we're going to use in Java the word extends animal. So this means that the bird is a kind of an animal. Okay, so the bird is inheriting from animal. So inheriting what? Actually everything. The bird is inheriting not only the methods of animal, but the attributes. Okay, so do not forget, it's inheriting everything. So we go through the detail of this part because about the attributes and the methods. This is an important chapter in inheritance. Okay, so first of all, let me create this class bird. So I don't need all of this. I don't even need the methods. I can take out everything. What I need here actually is a constructor. So my constructor will be public bird. What were the attributes here? I'm just gonna copy these attributes to be easier and faster to make. Here we go. Here we go. So now, what should I do? I'm going to use the word super. So what the super does actually is calling the mother constructor or the constructor inside the animal. So why is it underlined here? Let me go to my class animal. You see I put an A here. So if I want this underline to go, I have to make it an A because I'm calling the super. But I think I go back here. I just make this nicely age. Okay, this way is nicer. Then here will be age. Here we are. I have my class bird just with my constructor. Okay. Then, so now that I have just the class bird with the constructor, let's go to zoo and let's see what we got here. So I'm creating a bird. Okay. From which type? From type bird. And I'm calling the constructor of bird. So if I put the dot operator here, I see the three attributes. As you can see, the eat, sleep, and speak are here, are available, but they are not bold. Why they are not bold? Because actually I am using sleep, speak, and eat from the parent of bird, which is the animal. Can I use them? Absolutely. So I can do my famous speak. Okay. Then I can run this. And my bird will speak here. So when my bird speaking, I'm calling this method speak of their parents. And as we can see, we had as a result the animal. Is it possible to define, even though bird is inheriting from animal, is it possible to define the own speak of bird inside the class bird? Absolutely. We can do it. You see it's underlined. Okay. If I do Alt Enter, set this annotation not override. So here I can say the bird. So this is overriding. I have a new definition for a method that is defined in the parent class. I am redefining it in the child class, and this is called overriding a method. So the last time I ran it, it was saying the animal. This time it says the bird. Why? Because when I invoke the method bird, the method speak on bird 1, first it checks inside its class, which is the class bird here. If there is a method speak, it's gonna do it. So it go from bottom to up. If it doesn't find it here, then it goes to animal and invoke this method. Okay, so let's stop with this part, then we go for the next part.